this is Shayna from yumiyarns.com. It has been a little bit since we've done a tutorial. It took me a minute to get myself together here, but we are doing a fun knit along and a crochet along this month over in the Comfort Crafting Club on Patreon. This one, it's free for all tiers. You just have to sign up for the free level of the membership if you would like to join along with us. For the knitting one, we are going to be making the Purple Pines leg warmers. This is a really fun pattern. It's much easier than it looks. So I've got a black and white copy here, obviously, but in color, the leg warmers are white with purple pine trees that look like they've got some snow on them because of the technique we use. And it's really simple, like brand new knitters can make these. It's really easy because we're going to start up at the top with some ribbing, and then you actually just knit it all the way down till you get to the bottom, and then we have a fun little technique that I call the gauge-tastic technique, where we're going to drop down and add in these contrast colors that gives us these fun little tree shapes in our leg warmers. And then we're going to finish up by marling the colors all together at the bottom. That kind of helps hide all the ends because you can knit right over them, and it kind of gives a nice little bottom edge to the leg warmers there. As you can see, it comes in a bunch of sizes. So, well, 3 sizes, but it's still, quite a few for leg warmers. We've got our list of materials here, and I'm going to kind of go over some of those with you today. Like I said, in the original pair, I used white, which is the Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted. So you'll need a worsted weight yarn for the main color. And then I have 2 contrast colors listed, and you can just omit the lace if you want. I wanted to hold this black lace with this purple fingering weight in this pair specifically because I liked the way that the colors looked together, but you can completely omit the lace weight, so the CC2, if you don't want to include a second contrast color and you just want to do a single one here. You can just do a fingering weight. For my pair that I'm going to be working through for the tutorials, I've got some yarns from my stash that I'm going to be using that I thought would be really pretty together. So I've got my size 5, US size 5 DPNs. That's a 3.75 millimeter double pointed needle. I'm a pretty loose knitter, so if you normally knit worsted weight on size 7s or size 6s or whatever size you normally knit worsted weight on, go with that. I typically have to go down 1 or 2 needle sizes when I knit, so my patterns are kind of written that way because I would rather write with exactly what I do, and everybody's at a different gauge anyways, so use your preferred needle size is what I'm getting at here. So we've got our double pointed needles, and then I'm gonna move this off to the side here. Oops. And that way I can show you. I've got this beautiful skein of worsted weight yarn from Sun Valley Fibers that I just thought this was so pretty. Like, it's got this little like glazing of green here. I think they must have initially dyed it in that kind of light celery green color and then glazed this kind of mauve-y color over top, and it's just so pretty. So I thought that would be really fun to use for these because then I could wear them kind of during this transitional springtime here. And this colorway is called Bashful, and to my knowledge, they still have this one available, and it's very soft and squishy. So that is going to be my main color. And then for my fingering weight, I have Amelia and Philomene. I think that's how you say it. I have this little mini that I got in an Advent kit a while back, and this is called Victoria Street is the name of this color. This one was a 100% merino superwash. This one is a 75-25 superwash BFL, Blue Face Leicester, and 25% nylon. When you're picking out your yarns for this, as long as they're close, you're good. If you're planning on washing them in the machine, make sure they're superwash. And other than that, just make sure you like the colors together. I thought that this shade of kind of seafoamy green, it's not exactly the same as this, like I said, kind of light celery-ish color that's hidden under that mauve, but I thought these colors would pair well together. Because when you're picking a contrasting color, you can have stuff that fits similarly to like a green tone, but I wouldn't want to take a yarn that's exactly the same green tone because then you're going to lose some of your contrast that you need. So this one should work really well with it, especially since I'm going to pair this kind of army green colored lace weight with it. And this one, this is a leftover from a pair of socks I made that I held this double. It's Legacy Lace, which is no longer made by Brown Sheep Company, but it's 25% superwash wool and, or excuse me, 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon. And it's called Sassy Sage. And this is kind of how I keep my leftovers, is I wind them back up and then I write how much I have left. But that way I know I have enough, and you need like barely any of these two. So I know one mini skein and then just remnants of the lace weight will work perfectly for this. But I'm going to hold the lace weight with this fingering weight, so I should get kind of a fun Barber Pole Marley effect. So that will definitely contrast with the green and the pink in my main color. So that's kind of just some little tips on choosing your yarns for this project. And then what we're going to do, I've got the pattern itself is free to download over in the Patreon group. Like I said, I'll have that linked below so you can get your pattern and go ahead and print it out. Start picking out your yarns. Tomorrow, I'm going to post a video kind of going over the cast on and getting started on the ribbing. And that will post to the Patreon group tomorrow. For those of you watching on YouTube, it will show up next week. And then, yeah, the Patreon group, since they're kind of doing the knit along as we go, they'll get their videos each day so they can just kind of keep chugging along and enjoy their projects, because they have, depending on what tier they're at in the Patreon group, they can also get access, I think the $7 tier, you get access to some alternate makes. So we'll have some extra bonus videos going up later this month, kind of giving some options for maybe changing this up a bit and making some adjustments so that you can have fun with it and make it your own. And then I had mentioned that we're also doing a crochet along. I'm doing, it's my Eddie Bear pattern, which is a cute little amigurumi teddy bear. So if you're interested in learning how to do amigurumi, that video will also be up on YouTube shortly, but the pattern itself is over in the Patreon group right now. And I'll grab that pattern so you can kind of see it. So if you would like to join us, like I said, he's pretty simple. This was actually one of my very first patterns, so it's not even branded with Yumi Yarns. This was my original Ravelry name, and so that's why it's called Eddie Bear. I kind of named it after myself, which is kind of silly, but you know, it's just a cute little bear and a great way to start learning amigurumi. If you're interested, you can join us with that. And like I said, that one and this one, the patterns are free for Patreon members this month, even on the free tier. There's also a $3 tier that will get the more in-depth video tutorials that I'm showing you here right away. And then, like I said, the $7 tier, you get some bonus tips and tricks, excuse me, to kind of make the pattern your own and have fun with it and play around with it. But yeah, I hope you'll enjoy making this with us. I hope you'll have fun searching through your stash and finding something fun to work up and playing with colors. And yeah, I'll be back in just a few days on YouTube, and tomorrow for Patreon members, I will see you with our cast on and our first stitches. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks.